Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Chris here. Wanted to bring you guys a little update. So what we're going to be doing here, guys, I picked a few of them. We're just going to go through quick. Took a little longer than what I thought it was going to take, so nurse was a little bit late. So what we're going to do here is, I believe, Dent, XLM. We're going to do XRP, LTC. Let me see here, guys. I think I had one more written down on my phone. One second. So we're going to do XLM, Dent, LTC, Nano, and XRP. So that's what we're going to be going for right now, guys. And here's Litecoin. And this is going to be Litecoin on the 4-hour. So from this swing high here, guys, to this swing low, that's our orange Fibonacci right here. You can see we got above the 236, which is a tough one to get above. That was that 52.21. And we got above that with a little bit of volume here, so that looked good. And then we wicked through the 382, and we're sitting right around that now, guys, kind of heading back down a little bit. So we definitely could touch this 236 again, see if we can turn that into support now. Obviously, guys, that seems to be the most logical thing, because a lot of times when you break through these resistances, then you have to come back and test them as support, you know, so that very well could happen. So guys, we're going to get that off there now. We're going to clear this up a little bit. Then we're going to look at this Fibonacci from this move that we just had. So what we're having here, guys, we had a pullback to the 382, which is at 53.19 right there. So we very well could move off that, guys, if we had more volume come in. That would be the case. But you could also make the case that we could come down here, either this 50% right here, that 52 like we talked about, or the 618 or that golden pocket area right here, guys, because this 50 moving average here is at $51. So a typical pullback you could have to that 618, even, you know, the flavor of the year has been that 786 down in here. That very well could happen. But my guess would be, guys, it'd be fall right in here between this 50 and probably this 618 is where I'd be looking to catch a little bit more and see if we can have another ride up, guys, because this could be the start of that new trend in the short term. And our target would be at least up in here around that 65 right in there. Yeah, obviously we're going to have some resistances in here, guys. Here's the spots we'll have. Okay, so we'll be looking at like right up around in here, obviously here, the wick, because we've been there before. I mean, all these things, guys, are overhead that you have to remember, so that's why we have to really look at that volume. But as of right now, I'd be trying to catch it on the pullback, guys. You see we went all the way up to $56. Now we're down at 53. So these things really do cool off. Then they have to kind of catch their breath, let the moving averages catch up, and then we start moving forward. So guys, that's Litecoin right now. Just want to show you. It's nice to see a little volume coming in, though. There's been a lot of good news for Litecoin. You know, you can even kind of see out of your eye here, guys. This is something I haven't looked at, but I just saw right there. I mean, you can kind of see how we just broke out. Remember, trend lines are so important. Look at that breakout. Once you break out of those, a little bit of volume, then you start making that move. So let's pay attention to Litecoin. Guys, next one, let's look at Dent. Let's see, and this one I haven't looked at before, guys. So we'll just give you a fresh set of eyes on it here. So we're up above the moving averages right now. We're up above the 100 moving average, so that's a good thing right there. Our 50 moving average looks to be that we're a little bit below it. Let's zoom in here a little bit. You can see with these charts, guys, they're just all over the place, wicking everywhere, and that's because there's just not a ton of market cap, if that makes sense. So right here, guys, it's actually acting as resistance right now, these moving averages, but we are holding up above the 100-day moving average, so that's always a positive thing. But you can kind of see here, guys, we wicked up here, then we came back down. So what we'll start right here. Here's low, and then here's a high, higher low, higher high. Then we came back down here, higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and now we're just kind of in that little equilibrium pattern. We're going to see which way are we going to continue to hold this as support, and then we're going to go up. Here's a resistance level right here. Here's another resistance level. So those are things we're going to have to watch, guys. And remember, this is on the 4-hour, and let's take a look at the RSI. But you can see the moving averages, they're moving up, like that 100-day, guys. It's nice to see that moving up on the 4-hour here. Okay, so our RSI is at 48 right there, just kind of moving sideways right here. Here's what we're going to want to break out of, in my opinion. Right there, guys, we want to come up and see some power out of that, which would be nice on some good volume, but the volume just really had them in there. So that's why it's kind of hard to chart these type of coins right here, guys, because the market cap's just so low. And that's just what it is. Let's do this, guys. I just want to kind of see here. Just freestyling a little bit. Yeah, so here's our resistance levels, resistance right here. But look, guys, if we get above this, especially with that volume we talk about, there's a lot of room to run up through here. So just immature chart, guys. You know, it's a new coin, so not a ton to say about that. You know, I haven't looked into the project too much, so for all you guys who really like Dent, tell me a little bit more about it down there in the comments. I know it has something to do with cell phones, different things like that. So okay, guys, next one, let's do XLM. Alright, so XLM, we are above these moving averages here, guys, but look what you're seeing here. We're kind of seeing that double top. And remember, 4 hours, guys. We're just staying on the 4-hour right now. So you see how we came up here, came down here, we set a higher low from here, guys, but now it's kind of like we're double topping off here. And typically when you double top off there, you're going to come back down here. We're either going to hold this and make another move up, or we're going to break that neckline and we're going to fall back down, and we would test this support down around here. So that's what I'm looking for right now, guys. RSI is at 61 right now, but we are pointing down, so just pay attention to that. And remember, on the 4-hour, guys, it's not the day, so things can change. But I just wanted to give you a little bit more of a closer time frame update. But you can really see this is a heavy spot for resistance. Right in there, look back in here as well, so you can almost draw that box around here, guys, and just kind of look at that. And look what happened once we got up to this double top here. Look at these candles that came in. Very bearish candles. Right there. See those? And we wicked up, got rejected. And now you're just seeing us moving back down. Now a lot of times, guys, since these moving averages are going up, we could definitely hit, you know, this 20 EMA right here and then make another attempt at it. We could, you know, bounce right off here off the 100, make another attempt at it. So just really pay attention to the Fibonacci levels as well, support and resistance. What's the RSI looking like here, guys? You see how the price was climbing, but we kind of like triple topped here, and now we're moving back down. If we break this neckline here, we could fall a little bit more. But just even throw a fib on this, see where we're at. So we'll go right here off that hammer. So we're at the 236 right now, guys. I would probably guess we could catch something right around in here, right in this area. Maybe at that 100, you could put a bid and see if we're going to make it, but that'd have to be confirmed with volume as well. That move. Volume's the most crucial thing, guys. One of the most crucial things. Candles, volume, RSI, Fibonacci, so important. Those things are so very important. Alright, let's see here on the 4-hour, guys. So 61, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. And remember, everything's correlated off Bitcoin. That's what we're going to have to always remember. Bitcoin could do something, then this whole chart will change, you know, just due to the fact of Bitcoin. But also, guys, look for things, you know, when you see this move, how it happened, look where it started at. Look at this candle here, this hammer candle, and look at the volume. So when you see those hammer candles, those reversals with volume, that's key though, guys. See that right there with volume after we had this big downfall? That was a sign right there. And look where the RSI was at. It was down around 24. Bulls stepped in and they've been riding this up. So those are the things that are really important, guys. Just really learn how to read these candles. You can see this is another nice candle here. Probably a little too big of a body here because you want the wick to be about 2 to 3 times longer for the hammer candle, but that's a beautiful candle right there, guys, getting moved up. But these are the things that are important that you want to really look for and pay attention to. So it's another one, I think, guys, in the long term. XLM, I think it has a good future. And you see these patterns here, guys, these equilibriums. You don't really want to be trading throughout here. What guys are trying to do, this is what you want to trade right here, all this volatility. And you see that, how it broke? You just get in that little pattern of a low and then a high, higher low, and then you double topped right here, guys, came down, we broke this low right here, came back up, topped again, and you can see how we just fell. I mean, that's a nasty candle, and it came on volume. Remember, see that volume, how important it is. And also look for moving average crosses, guys. Those are really important, and pay attention to them as support and resistance because they're key factors, absolutely key factors. So really pay attention to that. Okay, guys, let's go to XRP. I hope you guys are having a wonderful night. It's good to be here with you, take my mind off some things. So, you know, you just kind of have this quiet time by yourself, and it's good to be here with you. So, let's see. We'll give us the longest chart. Alright. See the RSI pointing down right now, guys. So some things are starting to lose a little bit of steam. See. Now this has just kind of been in that, you know, that choppy zone, just where we're just moving up and down here, guys. First of all, you always want to look at resistances. So, like right in here, guys, look how these fall. I mean, look here, we hit it, here, here, and you see when these candles come in, look at this long wick right here. That's basically almost like that shooting star candle. Has a little bit more body, I would say, but that long wick, that's a shooting star. And what it do, guys, it tells you you're going to get pushed back down. And that's exactly what happened. Now this is a manipulation candle, guys. I want you to pay attention to some things like that. Sometimes when they just really come in real fast, and it's only like on the 15-minute chart, it's crazy. So pay attention to those things. Look at tweezer tops down here when you see, or tweezer bottoms, I'm sorry, when you see tweezer bottoms. Typically you start to get moved up a little bit more, and you can see that there, guys. Then we traveled equilibrium, then we had that candle that came up. But this is what I like to do. I like to look through charts and just kind of see where we've been in the past, where we're trying to go here, guys, because a lot of stuff really repeats itself. You can kind of see the floor there. I was just throwing that on quick, guys. Okay, and right here from this last wave that we had, got up around that 80-cent mark. Look through these rounded bottoms here. Okay. And what you can also do, sometimes you can get in here and count waves. It's just another thing to add to it, guys, just to kind of look. Okay? Like, you know, I've read that Elliott Wave book, and it's been very interesting. Not my number one thing. You guys know what my tools that I like to use are. But it's important to look at this stuff sometimes too. So like right here, I don't really necessarily on the 4-hour see a 5 count. I mean, this is just kind of traveling sideways here, that consolidation. Then you could maybe say 1, 2, and then we had that big 3, and then you'd think this would be our 4, guys, and then we didn't have that final 5th wave moving up if you're going to look at it like that. So, you know, there's times when you look at different things, guys, and you just throw it all together, and that's what's so cool about it, that, you know, you take all these different clues. I mean, look at this long wick here. And then what happened, we got pushed down. Did you see the error that we caught too between the moving averages, how they went up really fast like that? These big gaps, it's called catching error, and what happens, they always come back together. See that? Now we're just moving sideways. So now with this, guys, we could break up or break down. We're just in that pattern. We're going to have to watch to see what happens. So right here's overhead resistance around that 49, 61. Let's see where we're at on the fib too. Just of that overall move. So like right in here. So guys, we're sitting on that 618 here. There could, you know guys, there could definitely be another move back up and test this again, but you can see what happened. We kind of had that double top, and then we got pushed back down. So these are things we got to pay attention to. And look down here, we got pushed down. Look where we landed at 786. That's why fibs are so important, guys. And look at this here though. 1 second. Sorry about that. Take a look at this. You can kind of see this double bottom hit here, came back up, hit again, and we made that move. And look how high the RSI can get on these guys, 94. So remember, these can run, like they can really make moves. So it's wise to hold on to them sometimes up into the 90 or so, because it can keep moving before you sell. Just really paying close attention. But yeah, we'll have to see with this, guys. I mean, you had the moving averages crossed right there, and it was blast off, so that's pretty interesting. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. And then guys, I'm sorry, I'm just wiped out right now, so I'm gonna do one more here. But really look at these patterns, guys, like in the 4 hours and all this stuff. I mean, look at that double top and what happened. We got pushed back down. I mean, that's textbook right there. So it's just so cool to go through all that stuff. All right. And here's Nano, guys. Obviously just been pushed down. Look at those moving averages like we talked about, the raging river. Then we hit that bottom. We had some volume come in. Look, just like that's how a bull market looks. And guys, we're looking at in the short time frame here, 4 hours. Remember how these trends work. They can work from the minutes to weeks. But I'm just showing an example. We're still in a bear market overall for Nano. But do you see this wave, this impulse here? What happened? The volume went up just like in a bull market. Okay? And then the volume goes down. You see that as you're moving down like that. So really pay attention to that volume. Let's see where it landed Fibonacci wise here. Probably around the 618. There it is, guys. Right here, 618. And that we could definitely have a little moved up right up in here, that 382. You can see how it would correlate with these tops. So absolutely there could be a little move to be made here if there's some volume that comes in, some percentages. And guys, look at Nano here, 194. This is a good project as well. I need to look at this. I think this was Ann who brought this up, so thank you, Ann. Let's see, guys, I'm just gonna go out to the day now, check it out quick. I want to see what the all-time price was. I thought it was up around 20 or so. So Nano's definitely one, guys. Keep your eye on that as well. You can see that rounded bottom's kind of starting to take place again. Just keep an eye on those moving averages. Not a ton to say here, guys. Just kind of moving sideways. Equilibrium pattern. See that? Now, moving averages are overhead. We're kind of moving down, so we could have a likelihood to go that 180 right in there, or we could test the bottom, guys. That happens really fast too. 94, so you could have bids set down here if you want to try to catch that. But yeah, this is going to be a good one, guys. But I'm tired. God bless each and every one of you. I hope you have a wonderful night. Want to get this out to you guys, so if you could like, subscribe, all that, I really appreciate it. God bless.